Ever wondered why the phrase sex on the beach pops up so frequently in pop culture? It's no secret that it has become a common trope, an image of passion and spontaneity that's been romanticized in movies, songs, and literature. But behind this seemingly glamorous concept lies a web of misconceptions and myths. It's important to know that the reality can be vastly different from the fantasy that pop culture often portrays. In fact, the phrase sex on the beach is much more than just a catchy lyric or a provocative film scene. It's a topic that requires understanding, respect, and a sense of responsibility. It's crucial that we unravel the truth behind this infamous phrase, separating the facts from the fictions, the dream from the reality. So, are you ready for an enlightening journey of discovery? Stay tuned as we dive into the facts and fictions surrounding this infamous phrase. You may be intrigued to discover that sex on the beach has tendrils that reach deeper than just a steamy encounter on the sand. It's far from simply a provocative whisper. It also christens a popular cocktail that's been seducing taste buds since the 1980s. This intoxicating mix of vodka, peach schnapps, orange juice, and cranberry juice was reportedly birthed in the sun-kissed lands of Florida, stirred up for a contest by a peach schnapps company. The challenge? To create a drink using their tantalizing product. The result, as we know, was the evocatively named Sex on the Beach, a cocktail that soon found itself being savored in sultry bars across the globe. But the allure of sex on the beach reaches further than the realm of mixology. It's a phrase that's caressed pop culture repeatedly, symbolizing freedom, thrilling escapades, and heated passion. It serves as a metaphor for the untamed, the exotic, the daring. In movies, it's often painted as the ultimate romantic feat, a fervid rendezvous under a twinkling canopy of stars married with the intoxicating symphony of waves crashing. This magical image has been used to sell a myriad of things, from sensual perfumes to alluring vacation packages, tapping into our collective longing for escape and connection. In literature, sex on the beach dances as a common trope, used to inject an uncontainable sense of thrill and spontaneity into narratives. It's a heartbeat that signifies a departure from the norm, a headlong dive into the mysterious void, a salute to the intoxicating power of love and desire. And let's not forget its seductive serenade in music. From breathlessly sultry ballads to pulsating dance tracks, Sex on the Beach has been a rhythmic chant, a lyrical shorthand for wild abandon and unquenchable passion. It's a phrase that paints images of sun-drenched bodies and moonlit trysts, a potent symbol of torrid summer romance. Whether it's a cocktail, a cinematic moment, a literary device, or a steamy lyric, Sex on the Beach has seduced our culture, offering a tantalizing cocktail of pleasure, adventure, and romance. Now that we've traced the roots of its passionate history, let's delve into the practical aspects of it. So, how does the reality of sex on the beach compare to the fantasy? This is the question we're going to delve into now. It's easy to get swept up in the romance of the idea, the sound of waves crashing, the moonlight reflecting off the water, and the soft sand beneath you. It's an image that's been painted time and time again in movies, songs, and novels. But how does this idyllic scene hold up when faced with the harsh light of reality? Well, first let's talk about the sand. It gets everywhere, and I mean everywhere. It can lead to discomfort and even irritation. Not exactly the romantic experience you had in mind, right? Then there's the legal aspect. Public indecency is a crime in many places around the world. While you might think that the beach is deserted, there's always a chance that someone might stumble upon you. And that brings us to the next point, consent and privacy. Not everyone wants to see that, and it's crucial to respect public spaces and the people who use them. And have you ever considered the environmental impact? Beaches are home to a wide variety of wildlife, and our activities can easily disturb their habitats. It's essential to remember that we share these spaces with other species, and we need to respect their homes as much as we respect our own. Now, we're not saying that the fantasy can't ever match up to reality, but it's important to know what you're getting into. It's not all moonlit waves and soft sand. There are real concrete issues to think about: discomfort, legal consequences, a lack of privacy, and environmental impact. But hey, don't let us rain on your parade. If you're going to do it right. Keep these realities in mind and take steps to mitigate them. After all, a little bit of planning can go a long way. As we can see, reality often differs significantly from fantasy, but that doesn't mean it can't be just as exciting, or even more so when done responsibly and respectfully. Now that we've covered the practical aspects, let's delve into the art of seduction on the beach. It's not just about the act itself, but about the entire experience: the build-up, the teasing, the anticipation, and the eventual climax. So how do you set the mood? First, consider the ambiance. A moonlit beach can be incredibly romantic, but why not enhance it further? Bring some candles, preferably ones in jars to protect them from the wind, and set them up around your chosen spot. They'll cast a warm, inviting glow that's sure to set the right tone. And don't forget about music. A portable speaker playing some soft, seductive tunes can do wonders. Just make sure it's not too loud. You don't want to disturb others or attract unwanted attention. Next, let's talk about flirtation and body language. These are powerful tools in your seduction arsenal. A lingering touch here, a suggestive smile there, an intimate whisper in their ear. All these can build anticipation and desire. And remember, seduction isn't just physical, it's also about the emotional connection. Engage in meaningful conversation, show genuine interest, and make your partner feel special. Now, what about some fun and games? Beach games aren't just for kids, you know. They can be a great way to break the ice and get close to your partner. How about a game of frisbee or beach volleyball? Or maybe a playful wrestling match in the sand? These can easily lead to more intimate moments. Just remember to keep it respectful and consensual, and there you have it. The art of beach seduction is all about setting the mood, using flirtation and body language, and incorporating fun and games. Master these, and your beach date can be an unforgettable experience. Stay tuned, as next we'll be diving into the safety measures and considerations for a beach rendezvous. Having set the mood and considered safety measures, let's explore how to maximize pleasure during your beach rendezvous. The beach is not your typical bedroom, but it does offer a unique setting that can heighten your senses and enhance pleasure. So, how do you make the most of it? Let's start with foreplay. The beach offers an incredible sensory experience. The feel of the sand beneath you, the sound of the waves, the smell of the sea air. Use all these to your advantage. Take your time to explore each other's bodies, building up the anticipation. A slow, sensual massage, for instance, can be incredibly arousing. And when it comes to the main act, consider positions that are comfortable and enjoyable on the beach. For instance, lying on your sides can be a good option as it minimizes contact with the sand. Or try a seated position, with one partner straddling the other. This can be quite comfortable, especially if you're using a beach blanket or mat. Remember, it's not about performing acrobatics, but about connecting with your partner and maximizing pleasure. And this brings us to our next point: communication. This is key to ensuring mutual pleasure and satisfaction. Talk to each other. Share your desires, your fears, your likes and dislikes. If something doesn't feel right, speak up. If something feels amazing, let your partner know. This open dialogue can greatly enhance your experience. It's not just about the physical act, but about sharing an experience with someone, and that requires mutual understanding and respect. With these tips, you're ready to turn your beach date into a pleasurable adventure. Up next, we'll delve into a few more tips to ensure an enjoyable experience. Are you planning a passionate encounter by the sea? What safety guidelines should you in mind? Security is always of the utmost importance. This notion is elevated when it comes to intimacy on the beach. Let's now delve into some vital tips for ensuring both your safety and enjoyment. First and foremost, remember that protection is not only about avoiding unwanted pregnancies or sexually transmitted diseases, it is about making sure you don't take the beach home in ways you wouldn't want. As you can imagine, sand can find its way into uncomfortable areas. Therefore, think about using a barrier like a beach towel, blanket, or even a mat. Next, selection of your spot is critical. A moonlit dalliance on the beach may sound enticing, but keep in mind the beach is a public area. You'll want a private place out of sight from others. However, be careful. Ensure you're not infringing on private property or violating any local laws, as public nudity is strictly regulated in some areas. Thirdly, we need to address the aftermath. Not the one you're thinking of, but the tidying up. The beach belongs to us all, and it's everyone's duty to keep it tidy. So, remember to bring a small bag with essentials like trash bags or wipes. Leave nothing behind, except maybe your footprints in the sand. Finally, and most importantly, remember that consent is paramount. Both individuals should be comfortable with the location, timing, and the act itself. Communication is vital. It's not just about the physical act, but about sharing an experience, which requires mutual understanding and respect. To employ protection, locate a private, legal spot, clean up after yourselves, and ensure mutual consent. These tips will not only guarantee your safety, but also enhance your enjoyment, making your beach encounter unforgettable. Keeping these safety guidelines in mind, let's explore ways to make the experience enjoyable. So, what's the secret to a fantastic beach adventure? Let's plunge straight into the details. First and foremost, it's all about the timing. The prime hours for this escapade are either the break of dawn or the dusk. This is when the coast is less populated, and the climate is most pleasant for you and your partner. Plus, The romantic allure of a sunrise or sunset is simply irresistible. The next consideration is your gear. This isn't your average day on the shore. A substantial, durable beach blanket or a fitted sheet with its corners secured down could become your greatest ally. They provide an excellent shield against the irritating sand. Also, be sure to bring some additional towels for tidying up and coziness. Now let's discuss creating the right ambiance. This isn't a sprint to the finish. Take it slow, relish the sound of the crashing waves, the gentle wind, the twinkling stars, or the dawn's early light. Cultivate a sensual environment with some soothing tunes from a portable speaker, or simply enjoy the ocean's natural melody. The aim here is to connect with your partner on a deeper and unique level. However, if you're into the idea of beach romance but not entirely convinced about the sex on the beach part, there's no need to fret. There are other options. You can still appreciate the romantic beach backdrop without going all in. How about a provocative massage or a snug cuddle session under the starlit sky? A swim in the moonlight can be just as intimate and thrilling. Remember, the key here is enjoyment, not stress or discomfort. Thus, maintain open communication with your partner to ensure you're both in agreement. Consent, comfort, and shared pleasure should always be paramount. With these tips, you're now prepared to make an educated choice about sex on the beach. So, regardless of whether you choose to undertake this beach adventure or go for a cozier alternative, always keep it enjoyable, secure, and satisfying for both parties. So, what's the final verdict on sex on the beach? As we've traversed this intriguing subject, we've unearthed the truth, scrutinized its roots and its influence in pop culture, and analyzed the glaring difference between reality and fantasy. We've ventured into important safety precautions and considerations, and suggested ways to elevate this experience. The pivotal takeaway is that the notion might be enticing, but comprehending the truth versus the fantasy of beach intimacy is paramount. It's more than just the adrenaline rush. It's about making educated choices and prioritizing safety and respect in all romantic pursuits. The beach may appear as an impromptu and thrilling setting, but it comes with its own unique difficulties and considerations. The most gratifying encounters are those that are safe, consensual, and enjoyable for everyone involved. Remember, the best intimate experiences are those that are safe, consensual, and enjoyable for all. Thanks for tuning in.